What's up, world? Happy Friday. I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling great. Missed the super high five by one game yesterday. Damn dog of the day. Damn Pelicans. You know, and I was the one who was betting against them literally in all their first games. I tried to get with them the last two games that they had, thinking that they was going to have some heart. And boom, there it is. No heart at all. It is what it is, though. And man, I'm telling you, that was crazy yesterday that the Suns go 8-0 and got eliminated. Wow. And then, you saw the Blazers had to really scrap to beat Brooklyn yesterday. And y'all keep telling us that they're going to beat the Lakers. Come on. I know everybody's enjoying Dame scoring all those points, but let's just be real. Let's be honest with ourselves that they ain't gonna beat the Lakers. Okay, it's that simple. They ain't gonna beat them boys. It is what it is. But I'm gonna let y'all follow in here real quick. I know that I'm kind of starting the show. I didn't give everybody the good heads up, but I did just tweet it out. So I'm gonna give it about another 60 seconds. Let y'all start rolling on in here. But yeah, man, Suns, that was pretty crazy. But that's just how it goes, man. The Grizzlies won yesterday, and they had won a game prior to that as well too. So, it is what it is, man. They're gonna be able to get in there and do what they do. They were already up 3. They didn't have to really win that many games. The Grizzlies, a lot of people had to understand that part, and I truly do feel like what happened there was that pretty much we didn't have it the way that we were supposed to have it. So it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna give you guys some more time to get back on up in here, man. I know that it's Friday. Everybody's trying to do their thing and everything like that. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, just over here, ready for Friday, man. Ready for another day. We only as good as the next day, man. What you call it? We hit 4 out of 5 yesterday in the super high five. That was great. But now it's time to get with the today's group, Friday group. Hopefully we can get some sweeps all across the board and have a day of it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Y'all trying to get y'all to 5 on in here, class. Class is in session. Hey Harry, how you doing? I'm making sure I wave at everybody while I got time to do it. Y'all already know. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll get started, and everybody probably jump in as I'm going. But there it is. There it is. WNBA bets for today. We got the Sun in a matchup against the Sky today. I think that the Sun winning their last 3 out of 4 games. This should give us a good signal that this team is now back into form. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take the Sun money line with the plus 190 today. I think that they're going to be good money for us. It's just because they played so well over here in the last few games that you got to give them a chance. I know the Sky are kind of overlooking this thing, but the Sun are trying to get back into it so they can have some say here in the East, get themselves a playoff spot as well too, because you have to understand the way that their playoff spots work are like this. It's whoever has the best records is the teams that make it to the playoffs in the WNBA. It's much different from the NBA, even though they got different conferences and everything like that. It's still, they will have to, win the right amount of games to get into the playoffs. So the Sun are still trying to get into the playoffs as well too. So they're going to be into it. They're going to be playing some pretty good basketball. They're going to be taking care of their business, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take them with the plus 190 today. I think that they're good money. And let's see how it shakes out. And they are a 6-point dog as well, too. But you can see that there's money that's being paid, that's being bet on them as well. So let's go from there and see how it shakes out. Well, then we got the best team in the league, the Storm. The Storm going against the Wings. The Wings wound up losing the other night. And pretty much what's going to happen here is, in my opinion, I think this is going to be a really good game. I think the Storm are going to get challenged a little bit in this one. You have to understand the Storm had themselves an easy game. They played against the Dream, who are one of the bottom teams in the league, and they actually just devastated them. Good morning, Cash Action, sir. How are you? But they devastated them pretty much, and made it their point to just go ahead and knock them down. So pretty much the Wings should come back into this one a little pissed off, real gritty, real grimy, and I think that they could make it a close game because they are going to be a 12-point favorite today. 12-point dog today. But all in all, though, I truly do think that this game will go over 157. This is a very good number, and it seems like they're starting to shorten the number a little bit too. After the number was kind of wide in for a while, so they started to get it to where what teams are really good at and what they're really not good at. And I think that this game is going to be the over here. So over 157. Let's see how it shakes out. Then you got the Mercury today. The Mercury are a helter-skelter team. The Mercury have found themselves in one game where they'll be beating a team by 20, 25 points. Then in the next game, lose by 10, 11 points. In this game, they have themselves a pretty good matchup here. I think that what happens here is going to be a Mercury win by 10 or better. They're going to be playing against the Dream today as well. So I think that they should be able to take care of their business, to be dead honest with you. So Mercury, make us look good, dog. That's all I can say. And let's go ahead and get it. Dizzy, get busy. Yes, sir. Happy Friday to you as well, too. Let's cash. Let's keep cashing. All right, so there it is with the WNBA Sun money line plus 190, over 157 Wing Storm, and the minus 9.5 on the Mercury. Single what you like, and we go from there. All right, NBA got an early game today, starting at 10:30 my time, Pacific time, and it's only a pick 4 today. This is the final day of the bubble seeding games, and pretty much everything has been set. Tomorrow we have a playing game between the Grizzlies and the Blazers, which was literally kind of expected, but it's crazy because the Grizzlies only had to win 4 games. That's it. They only had to win 4 games, and they only won 2. So they're in a situation now where they got to play it in, and pretty much this what probably would have been the end of the season anyway. So everything kind of worked out the way it's supposed to work out. So we're here. NBA PrimeTime Pick 4, and in the PrimeTime Pick 4 today, I'm going to go ahead and take the Nuggets as our dog of the day. We've been kind of struggling with the dog of the day, but you know what? We were spoiled as well too. You have to understand, last week we hit it every single day, pretty much. So this week we're not doing as well as we did the week before, but when you look at the overall, because I do have the numbers, we did pretty damn good with the dog of the day with the seeding game. So regardless of anything, we're still going to have a winning record, and we'll still be well above 500 by 60-70% hit rate. And I know, and man, it is what it is. That's beautiful stuff. So we'll take that plus 135 Nuggets. I like it a lot. I think you got to play the over today as well too in that game. The Nuggets have actually went over in 5 out of the 7 games that they played in the bubble as well too. So, well, actually, they went. Yeah, that's the number right there. So they're pretty good at going over as well too. I think that the Raptors play hard. They scrappy. I love the Raptors and everything, but the Nuggets just seems like their bench is going to really want to play today because they did the last few games, and that's what I'm looking at as well too. The guys that are getting their opportunities today, they're going to step it up. They're going to have a big game. We're going to go from there. Nuggets plus 135. Let's see how it shakes out. Heat Pacers. This is probably going to be the best game of the day. Probably the one game where you'll be seeing teams really, really going at it. But all in all, though, I think, this one really does come down to, the final minutes and things of that nature. But I think, once again, this is a game where you got guys that are looking for their opportunity to shine and get their opportunity to, get to know America a little bit more, because now we're in a bubble situation, and if you ball, everybody sees it. You saw what happened with LeVert last night. Everybody now is a big fan of him. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and take the over 220. I really like the way that these teams go about things, and I know that they're going to have their starters out, their better players out, but I just got a feeling that these guys are going to step it up, and they're going to play some really good basketball today on both ends, and they're going to have a firefight. So over 220, that's a good number. Let's go ahead and see how that one shakes out. And then you got the Thunder and the Clippers today. And this one right here, you guys are going to probably walk into this one and say, oh, the Clippers got this one. The Clippers, ain't nothing, man. The Clippers, you have to understand, the Clippers already have a second seed. The second seed was sealed the other night. It's that simple. And in this game right here, what's going to happen is that we're going to have these teams really, really go at it in this one. And you know Chris Paul always wants to beat the Clippers. It doesn't not matter what the circumstance is. He wants to beat the Clippers. Even if he's going to be just sitting on the bench coaching them up today. He wants to beat the Clippers. And I don't blame him either. And so, pretty much, I like the Thunder today. I think the Thunder play very, very well because that's what they've been doing against the better teams in the bubble and all season as well, too. And I think they step it up big time here, and they get themselves a good cover. They might not win the game, but they'll get themselves a nice cover. I'm still kicking myself from yesterday, though. I knew good and goddamn well that the Jazz should have been our dog of the day yesterday because I knew that they were going to bring it against the Spurs. Anything to beat Pop, and that's exactly what they did, too. But you know what? We don't live with regrets. We move on. So today, +6 Thunder. If you guys like the money line, you guys can go ahead and get that one as well, too. So it is what it is. I feel that good about the Thunder. But let's take the insurance. Let's see if they can go ahead and really get the cover, though. All right? But the win, that's a reward right there. So you might want to put a little small wager on that one as well, too. Then you got the 76ers and the Rockets in a game that both these teams are kind of going to be just going through the motions a little bit. They just can't really wait for the game to be over, get themselves some rest before the playoffs start on Monday. So I really do like this. And it's funny because nobody can go to the club after this. Nobody can go do anything. They got to just be at the hotel hanging out. Probably poolside or something. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna see who's really those real good players and who's really the players that just always just like the fact that they in the NBA. It will show in the playoffs. I'm telling you right now. So with that, we're gonna take the under 230 76ers Rockets. Please note that Russ Westbrook is out of that game as well too, and will probably be out the first few games of the first round of this playoffs as well too. So keep that in mind, and it is what it is. NBA PrimeTime PK4, and it's gonna be a 16-1 ticket. So let's see how it shakes out, because it's not as big as my other tickets, but hey, we're gonna see what we can do. But I'm gonna make sure to tweet this out before the video comes out, so people don't miss it, because the game is coming on at 10:30. So it is what it is. We move on, and time to talk some baseball. And in baseball today, we got an awesome group, in my opinion. You got the Braves. The Braves coming in here as a slight favorite today in a very, very good game, in my opinion. And I think the Braves are going to wind up winning this game, so that's why I'm taking them with the -120. But it is an even kill in a sense. And when I say even kill, I'm meaning like even game, even kill, that type of attitude, whatever. But it is an even type of game, and I really do like the Braves here in this spot with the -120. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got the Reds today. The Reds are going against the Pirates. The Pirates are a team that probably wins one game a week. And yesterday, I was all over them as our dog of the day because they were fresh. They were, pretty pissed off from not being able to play for a whole week. And all that worked out. But today, we come back to reality. Sonny Gray, the ace of the Reds, is on the mound. So let's go ahead and cash that ticket, and let's get a win by 2 or more runs. Reds, y'all know y'all owe me. Y'all owe me big time. I think the last 2 times I put you guys on this list, you absolutely embarrassed. So it's time to step it up, or I don't know. But it is what it is. We move on, and we got the Royals and the Twins. And in the under 9.5 with the Royals and the Twins, you got a Royals team that's been winning some games, but you got a Twins team that's very, very hungry to stay atop of the AL Central. And this is going to wind up being a really good one. And the Royals did sweep the Twins last weekend as well, too. So they trying to get some get back in this bad boy. I can tell you that right now. So it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and take the under 9.5 tonight. I think that Andrew Adarizi will be on his A game tonight. He really, really was a really good pitcher when he was pitching in Minnesota. Now it's I'm not Minnesota. I'm sorry, in Tampa Bay. So hopefully he can go ahead and do some Joe Odorizzi things that he used to do in Tampa Bay and look pretty good. I think that he's one of the more decent pitchers that really gets overlooked in the MLB as well too. So that's why I always like to go with the under when I see him on the mound. So under 9.5, Royals Twins. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got the Rockies. The Rockies are actually the dog today against the Rangers, a team that they literally dominated opening weekend of the league. And I'm like, come on, man, you trying to make us fall for that BS again with the Rangers? And the Rangers, when the Rangers aren't good, okay? And why would they be a favorite at Coors against a team that's in first place? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I know what I do understand is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to spend a little bit of extra and take the plus 1.5 here on the home team. And you guys can take the money line here as well too. But I like the plus 1.5 here. Just play the insurance game real quick. And hopefully the Rockies do win. But if they don't win, only lose by 1. That's all I'm asking you to do. All right. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. I don't want to get anybody frustrated or mad. It's going to be a good game. But Texas, you already know what it is. You guys are not playing well against the National League this year. And that's the reason why I'm going with the angle right here as we speak. And it seems like the Rockies have their number this year as well, too. So we're going to see how it goes. All right, so we got the Cubs. The Cubbies. They're going against the Brewers. And the Brewers, the Brewers, man, they're another team that had to take a long break because of the Cardinals. Golly, Cardinals, y'all really messed up the NL Central this year. And it's funny, the Marlins didn't do anything to mess up the NL East, but you guys totally messed up your division because it was like the week you have to play everybody in your division. So pretty much I want the Cubs today. I think the Cubs get this good win for us today as well, too. So I'm taking them with the minus 110. Let's see how it shakes out. Cubbies. Let's see what they can do at Wrigley. And it's weird because we all know if it was a regular day in baseball, like a regular day, like a regular Friday, this game will be played at Wrigley at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Central Time. We all know this, man. That's what sucks about this new shit that we have to live in is that you don't get Wrigley Field day games on a Friday this year. Man. And that's always the big bet against as well, too. But not today. Not today. The line says Cubbies. So let's go ahead and get the Cubbies. All right, so we're going to end up with the Astros and the Mariners in the final game for the PrimeTime PK6. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take the over 9 in this spot. I think we're good money here as well, too. Both of these pitchers, they're decent, but they're going to get hit tonight. And we all know that the Mariners are very, very, very prone to giving up 5, 6, 7, 8 runs. And we know that the Astros are more than capable of giving up that amount of runs as well, too. So I think the over 9 is a good spot here. We're going to see how it goes, and let's see how it shakes out. And I got a good surprise for you today when it comes to the Dog Pick 4. Every single team is playing at home. Every single one of them. And you know what? I just couldn't resist, y'all. This team is not lost in a week. They won their 6th in a row yesterday, and they literally destroyed the Phillies throughout this whole week. You know what I mean? Literally last weekend, destroyed the Nationals. Who do they play today? The Nationals. All right. This is what we do. We're going to ride that hot hand into this bad boy as well, too. Let's see if we can go ahead and get us a good home win today. Yeah, you ain't got no home crowd, but that plus 150 is looking real good to me for a team that's won 6 in a row. Come on. Stop playing with yourself. And just deal with and just go ahead and take the charity, bro. Because they've been the dog in each and every one of these games. And they weren't a small dog either. So if you've been betting the Orioles the last 6 games, you up right now. You up like, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to offend. But you up like you know who. So pretty much Orioles money line plus 150 and Tigers money line plus 155. Tigers, another home team today. They're going against the Indians, so they should be able to do what they always play them well at home. I don't care what nobody says. They always play them well in Detroit, and I think that's going to continue, and I think that we get ourselves a good win tonight. Tigers, take care of your business for us, okay, fellas? All right, so we move on, and this is our dog of the day. As long as I've been watching the Angels and the Dodgers, the one team that the Dodgers literally always get ran by in the state of California. Like, this is almost given. The Angels. The Angels seem to always win the Freeway Series, and they always seem to win the first game, and they always seem to win as a big dog as well too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and ride that wave and take the Angels as the dog of the day. Another home team plus 145, and then in the battle of the bridge, the town versus the city, Northern California, Bay Area, like that. So we're going to go ahead and take the Giants today, plus 170. Johnny Cueto with a plus 170. You know, at one time, Johnny Cueto was a top 5 pitcher in the league. Come on, man. Y'all sleeping on old Cueto. Cueto was well paid, too, when he came to the Giants as well. So I'm going to have to run with that, and we're going to roll from there. And we're going to go ahead and take the plus 170, and we're going to see how that bad boy goes. All right? So it is what it is. Giants plus 170, 40-1 ticket for you guys. There it is. And we already have a great advantage because it's all home teams today. Every single one of these teams are at home. All home dogs. You see what they doing to us today? They literally telling you that, hey, this might be the day for you to go ahead and be a little frisky. You know what I mean? Freaky Friday. Let's get it. You know, just like Moody Mondays, Freaky Friday, you know. Let's go ahead and get us some luck today. All right, so we move on, and our final subject, as always, the ponies. And the best value that I have for today is race 1. And we got a 9-race card today as well, too. And this is an allowance race, and this is a $57,000 purse here as well, too. I'm going to rock with the Doug O'Neill trainee. Number 8, Sold It. Herbie Figueroa is going to be riding the horse today as well, too. And the top horses that I have in this group, we're going to go ahead and key the 8 with the 2, 5, and 7. And then you guys can box it 2, 5, 7, 8. And that's going to be for our exacta, trifecta, superfecta, whichever you want to choose. But really, pretty much, let me break down how much all these bets cost. For $1 with the exactor, with these 4 horses, it would be $12. If you want to play a 50-cent try, I usually play a $1 try. Dollar try is $24, and the 50-cent try would be $12. And then with the dollar deal for this one right here, you would actually be 24 for the 24 or 48. I'm trying to think right now. It would be 24 for the super as well too. So there it is. And pretty much, let me make sure. Because you know a 10-cent super is $240 as well. So you can play a 10-cent super, and so pretty much that's just the pricing of that for you. Or if you play a key, it will be $6 for each bet. And I think it's only 4 for the exacta with the key. So, you know, there's different type of bets that you can play with you know, trying to play. I call it kind of playing the lotto when you get this situation. So pretty much it is what it is with that 2, 5, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and see how it goes from there. And then we move on, and we have ourselves race 5 today. And in race 5, we got another allowance race, and we're gonna go with the horse by the name of Tapwater. Tapwater is a pretty good looking horse. Actually going to be bringing out the big value for us today too. The horse is 5-1, but we got Money Mike Smith and the legend Richard Mandela training this horse. So we're in good shape with this one, in my opinion. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and stick this horse with the 1, 3, and the 6. But the way I have it set up, 4, 3, 1, 6 means that that's the order of how I like the horses. So number 1 is Tapwater. If Tapwater was the scratch, it means that you can go ahead and add the 3 as the key horse. So pretty much 4, 3, 1, 6. That's how we have it there. If it was a straight, that's how I would bet it. But once again, box this one up 1, 3, 4, 6, or key it 4, 1, 3, 6, and we go from there. So it is what it is, man. We got the final race, the nightcap for the night, race 9, and we're gonna go with a horse named Jevator. And Jevator is gonna be trained by Peter Erden, gonna be ridden by the man Flavian Pratt. And you know, this is always a really good combination right here. And pretty much, yeah, that is a $24 bet as well too. Just want to double confirm for you guys. Even though I already knew that, it's just that a lot's going on right now, so I want to make sure I was all the way accurate. I didn't want somebody jumping out. It's $48. It's 48 if you put $2 on it. But that's the super factor. Box it for $1. It's $24. But you're always gonna get back at least minimum like $60 on that deal. So pretty much, final race, Jeto Vator is going to be our horse here for the final race. 7 horse. We're going to pair this horse with the 3, 4, 6, and 8. And once again, you guys can go ahead and do a super high five. That's a $60 box right there. And we can just see how it goes. And then you guys can key it. That's about $24 for the super high five as well too in the key, because you have to understand it's going to be a bet that's going to hit for $100 minimum, maybe $200 minimum, and you can go from there. These are the bets where if you get it, if you line it up right, it's like a lotto ticket, dude, and you can walk off with like $36,000 if it lines up right. But we have to see this group right here is a good group that can probably bring in some G's for us if they're all able to come in, if they don't get bet down too crazy, okay? So there it is. Final race of the day that's going to be another allowance race as well too for $57,000. So hey, it is what it is. We move from there. And once again, happy Friday to the world. Another great day of sports. I can't wait. I know you guys are looking forward to it as well too. So you guys keep tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, probably early 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'll make the announcement on the Twitter for you guys, so nobody misses out. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's a happy Friday to the world. Man, I don't know, man. We're making the movement move right now. I'm so excited. There's new followers every single day, new subscribers every day. I thank you guys very much for that. Let's keep this thing going, man. Hey, bro, I love y'all too. Just know that. Okay, I just don't want to. I'm like, don't be a menace though. Don't be hitting me with all that emotional shit. But you know what? I love y'all. Don't think that I don't. That's why I do this on a daily basis, and understand this is the 26th show in 26 days. All right, so it is what it is, baby. And pretty much the show is brought to you by Prime Wave Media Group. You guys can go ahead and follow Prime Wave Media on the YouTube and check out all my interviews, all the replays for the shows right there as well too. You guys subscribe for that channel. We got so much more on the way for that channel as well too. It's gonna be litty. So make sure that you guys can always be like, I'm one of the pioneers. I was part of the first subscribers of that page. I know Pop personally, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff. But yes, once again, the show is brought to you by Prime Wave Media Group, and that show is the premier sports betting show, the PrimeTimeAngles, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And man, I'll be right back at you tomorrow. You guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy your Friday, and I am gone.